Hello everyone, I'm Kat with Kat's Semi-Sustainable Life. I am going to be making a pot roast tonight. It is a rump roast in my Instant Pot. And come along with my journey tonight. Okay, so this is my rump roast. Has a big bone in it. I've been making a mess. I kind of want to keep some of that bone for the bone broth flavor. I'm going to cut some chunks off of it. I'm going to put the chunks in my Instant Pot. And I'm going to saute a little bit with some butter. So I'm going to go ahead and put some butter in here. And how much? Some. Sorry people, I'm a some person. So there it is. There we go, a little bit better view. Down. Okay. So I'm going to say saute on the Instant Pot once I plug it in. I keep this one for the savory. I have another one that I use for sweets. So I'm going to kind of chop this up a little bit. It is thick, a thick cut. Try to get this. Okay. That's huge. I'll probably be able to freeze some of this leftovers. And I might remove some of this fat because it's got some fat on it, even though it's a processed cow. Okay, so I'm just sauteing a little bit of this. I really probably didn't need to put any butter because it's got so much fat in it, but that's okay. I guess that bone takes up way more space than alright. Just going to cut off this hunk of fat here and then this stuff is real. You can't have this much trouble whenever you're not filming. It just keeps going down. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, here's that part. The reason I'm putting this in is for flavoring because of the bone. Put these around. Okay, so I've kind of Tetrised in this roast because the thing is massive. Lots of it's just the bone. So I've got it right at the max line of 2/3. I am going to put some water in it and put my spices in it. I'm going to cook it for an hour originally, and then we'll see where it goes from there, okay? I've turned off the saute function so it doesn't keep saying burn. So if you keep seeing the thing where it says burn, 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 that just means that it is because you left your saute function on. Okay, so I'm a some kind of person putting in some spices. My favorite spices, I have Mrs. Dash. Putting in some broth base, some beef broth base. Okay. I always take my spices and place them from one place to the other because I know whenever I'm cooking or making soap or anything like that, I'm going to forget something if I don't do it that way. I'm just a little attention deficit. Putting in some minced garlic. And this is fun. Some mesquite smoked sea salt. My husband thought it was pepper. Had been using it for pepper. Now I've got to try to locate some more. Adds just a little bit of a smoky. Because of the bouillon, I don't want to add too much more salt, but I've got my pink Himalayan salt. Bit of onion powder. And then my secret ingredient. Yummy. Some yummy deliciousness. I'll pack it in there. Getting the spices together. This is just the first part. Then I'll come back and we'll cook it some more with veggies in it. So first, see if I can get this on here. Okay. So I make sure I have my catcher in it. And you always make sure that you have your liner in whenever you use it. Otherwise you're going to ruin your Instant Pot. And I've had this one for, gosh, I don't know, long time. I'm making sure that the Instant Pot is not on vent so that it will actually steam up. I'm going to put meat stew. I'm going to hit that. Now I'm going to go up on it time-wise. Probably about there. 1 minute, 1 hour and 10 minutes, because that thing is huge. And I want it pulling off the bone. And so, easy peasy lemon squeezy, we are started. I'm going to go chop up some onions in about half an hour, and put my carrots in. Then we'll be going on to the finished product. So here I am. I'm deciding to put what veggies in. Right now I have carrots available, and they would be much better coming from a garden, but right now I don't have any carrots. I've really struggled growing carrots. This year's going to be it. And here I am with some potatoes and some coarsely chopped onions to put in there. And just mixing, mixing, mixing. You're going to hear my cats fighting in the background. Just verbally saying, I want that blanket. Now I'm closing up the lid. And I'm going to set my time for 14 minutes in the pressure cooker, just to give the veggies a good time to cook. Why I chose 14 over 15 or 12, I don't know. But there it is. And it turned out it was a wonderful time frame. Now we are going to look at the finished food using one of my bowls that I made. It's my favorite bowl. Let's see what it looks like. Yum, yum, yum. Looking. A bit of meat in here. Now that's some good food. Can you smell it? Now we're going to be going to make some lotion bars. See you there. Okay, so right now we're going to be making lotion bars. I know that with everything that we've done, we tear up our hands, especially in the wintertime when we're doing things. And I'm a nurse, so going in and out of rooms, washing hands in, washing hands out, using hand sanitizer in, hand sanitizer out. Every time I do a procedure, hand sanitizer, hand wash, depending on the room we're in. I probably put hand sanitizer on my hands probably 4 or 5 times every time I'm in a room with every single patient. And so we do that to try to keep diseases from spreading from patient to patient. But in the meantime, it tears up our hands. And I'm sure mechanics, I know my husband, he works outside. Every winter he goes through cracked hands and he's like, okay, Kathy, you gonna make those bars? I'm like, okay, I'll make the lotion bars. So right now I'm making lotion bars. My hands are a mess, his hands are a mess, and I'm sure everybody else's hands are a mess. And this is super simple. You don't have to do any emulsions or any of that. All you have to do is have some of these oils, and you have to have a way to melt them. I use the microwave. Some people disagree with that, but it works for me. Okay, so we use a ratio of 4, 4, and 4. So we use a ratio of 4 ounces of beeswax, 4 ounces of a hard oil, and 4 ounces of a soft oil. I take the hard oil and I break it down into 2 different kinds. I use cocoa butter. And I use shea butter. Right there, shea butter. I just got these on Amazon. Sometimes when I'm in a massive soap making, I'll get a whole bunch of stuff from Soaper's Choice. But right now, I'm just not really making a lot of soap at the moment. But we'll do that too. Anyway, so the 2 soft oils I'm choosing are sweet almond, 2 ounces, avocado oil, 2 ounces. I'm sure you can get these at any grocery store as well, except for the, maybe not the hard oils and the beeswax, but once again, you can get those on Amazon. So I have my trusty dusty scale over here just a little bit outside of the camera. I am weighing And I've already pre-weighed my 4 ounces of beeswax and 2 of the ounces of of cocoa butter. I'm going to mix those two. I'm going to melt those because those take the longest to melt. So I'm going to melt those. Okay, maybe that angle is a little bit better to see what I'm doing. I have my little pourer that I made. Love that. I do pottery as well. So I'm going to use that to help pour in. Getting out my cocoa butter and beeswax. Everybody's microwave is going to melt differently, so okay. Now I'll put in 2 ounces of shea butter. Let's see what we got here. Almost 2 ounces. Let me get just a little bit more. The cool thing about this is you don't have to wait for anything. Really, you don't have to wait too much for anything to once it's soft, it goes hard just as quick because of the I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this measure. Anyway, because the had a mind meld and started coughing, recovering from COVID, so cough attacks are not unusual. Right now I've got my 4 ounces of beeswax, I've got my 2 ounces of cocoa butter and 2 ounces of shea butter in here. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to put it back in the microwave, and then I'll weigh out the other soft oils. I don't have to put those in the microwave because they're soft. They don't need any melting, and that'll help cool down the temperature just a little bit. So got that going. I'm putting it in for a minute. And I'm going to measure out my soft oils. So put this right here where you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've just got my oil there. I'm tearing it so it'll be 0. I'm going to put in 2 ounces. I'm just going to make them a total of 4, so if I go just a little over on one, I'll fix it with the second one. Okay, so that's exactly 2 ounces. That was the avocado oil. This is 2 ounces of sweet almond oil. Every oil has so many different properties, and if you put it into soap, it's like amazing what one thing you think will be working. It's kind of like when you put a lot of coconut oil in a soap, unless you do specific things to it, you're gonna have a really, what you think would be, oops, that's just a little bit much, probably okay. You would think that you would have a little bit of a really good soap, but sometimes coconut oil in a soap, unless it's super fatted a lot, is gonna be not so good. Okay, so there's this. We're still getting it melted. It takes a long time for these things to melt in a microwave. My microwave's not super hot because I don't want to burn them, but it's getting a little meltier. That beeswax is really requires a high temperature to melt. If you want to do this in like a double boiler or something like that, you don't want to like burn it. And there's not like chemicals in it that's going to affect your cooking or anything like that. These are just oils like you would cook with. So, short of the beeswax. I don't know too much that I could cook with beeswax, but okay. So put it back in the microwave for a few more seconds. I'm just going to use these two. My normal thing that I put them in is a little flour mold. I have no idea where that thing went. So, and last time I tried to pour in the little flour mold, these are tiny, tiny. But I spilt the stuff everywhere, so that's why I'm using my little creamer thing that I made. A little bit later today for my pottery channel, and I'll put a little bit more on here. I'm going to be making some pots to grow my garden with. And so I'm going to have to hand build because that's a lot of effort on a wheel trying to make the bigger size pots. So this might be getting there. I suggest putting them in anything that is super big. Like I'm just going to put these in the bottom. I'm going to fill these up first. If there's anything left, I'll put some in one of these. These are pretty deep. These are just like ice cube tray that I found at one of my local stores. And then these are half sphere that I found in another little store. But you can get things online. It's getting hot now. I get my steps in just going back and forth in my kitchen. Heat up in the microwave. We're almost there. We are almost at oil state. So I think 30 more seconds and I'm going to get a pot holder. These pot holders my mother made. These are from her collection. She did a lot of, she was crafty as far as she made lots of pillows, sold the pillows at farmers markets and things like that in Canton's trade days. She passed away like in 1998. I still have her pot holders, or some of them anyway. Those memories are precious. It's always the beeswax that takes the longest. So, see where we're at now? We can still see the pellets of the beeswax. Giving it a few more seconds to see if they'll melt in. Move this out of the way so you can see. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm going to put them in for just a little while longer now. But really 15 minutes and you're done with this kind of this lotion bar. And it is so much better than anything you can get in the store. And you don't have any chemicals in it or anything like that that's like emulsified into your lotions and things like that. So I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. And my husband's going to be so happy he has a lotion bar when he gets home. Because it doesn't take any time to solidify, really. Some people will put them in the refrigerator, but it's really not needed. I have a mess. All I've done is make these molars. Okay. Still working. Also, something I'm going to do is I have a little bit of vitamin E oil. Yeah, a little bit. I got this from Supper's Choice as well quite a while back. But I'm going to put this, a few drips of this into it as well to help with the hands. So 4 ounces of beeswax, 4 ounces of a hard oil, 4 ounces of a soft oil. You don't have to split up and have cocoa butter, half shea butter, half cocoa butter, half this, half this. You really just have the 3 ingredients. If you want to go with other oils, you can do that too. But I just like the combination of these oils. I've been making them for a while. And so those are some of my favorite combinations. And also you can put essential oils in it. You can put, like for one lady, she wanted frankincense, and so I had some frankincense essential oil, and I put that in there, and she loved that lotion bar. She put it on her hands and feet, and anyway, she just loved it. And so you can do any of that. I'm real sensitive to just about any scents, so I don't really put, not very often do I put essential oils or things like that in something for me. It smells pretty good on its own. We are fully melted now. So I'm just going to stir it up, let you see the rich color that it has now from the beeswax. And I'm going to pour in my soft oils now. That's going to thicken it up just a little bit. Make sure I get it all. Don't want to waste any of it. See, it's already trying to solidify around the soft oils. Your body temperature, because of the combinations of this, your body temperature melts it, and it goes on, and you can see that little coating on the spatula. That's what gets put on your hands. And so, and I'm going to put, like I said, I'm going to put just a tiny little bit of vitamin E oil. To make it even better for your hands. I'm not making any false claims. I'm not saying this is a miracle, anything. It's not going to cure anything. It's just a lotion bar. And I like it. We have to be careful with any claims we make. So, no claims. Just good stuff. It's just like my soap is just soap. That's all it is. So I'm going to pour it in this little creamer. And I still spilled it everywhere. Okay, real life, people. It doesn't matter what I do. And now the creamer's stuck to the... I should think things out better. So I'm pouring it in. And as I pour it in, it's still solidifying. Now it's a little more containable. So note to self, I'm just going to spill it no matter what I do. But this does make it pouring it a whole lot easier. So I used up this. I'm going to fill up the bottoms of these, not the whole thing, just the bottom. My countertop is going to have soft, supple skin now, with no claims. Okay, so this is really it. That's it. That's it. We've got our little biohazard thing in use, and it's going to protect my hands, and it's going to keep the breakdown from absorbing illnesses. I mean, I'm not making claims, but when hands are broken down, skin is the biggest organ in the body, so you got to protect that skin. Now all I'm going to do is wait for this to solidify. It can stay out and regular temperature, or it can go in the refrigerator. I'm just going to leave it out. I'm going to clean up my mess, and I'm going to, I cleaned my countertop. I'm going to remelt it, and I'm going to reuse it. I don't want to waste out on any of this good stuff. Anyway, I really appreciate it, and good luck making your own lotion bars. If you make them, comment below. Let me know. And also, if you can make a comment. If you don't like the video, that's okay. Just make a comment. If you have any suggestions, make a comment. If you like it, make a comment. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it, because I do need some subscribers. And, okay, everybody have a wonderful day. Bye.